Good evening, guys. Here we are, Broad Street, Birmingham City, on a Sunday evening. We got the wide-angled lens. It's put it on the number one, so it's a little bit closer for you. A live broadcast after the festive period. It's cool, quite a breeze, but I'm okay. Here we are at Five Ways Roundabout. I wanted to give you a complete update on Birmingham City after the festive period and let you know what's going on. Should have put my hat on, it's cold. So yes, looking over at Five Ways of this huge development here, which is going to be a mixture of offices and flats. Well on its way now. Quite a nice building there before. I'm not sure what it was, but it's gone. Over there you have the hotel, Park Regis Hotel, and they have rented flats there. Hope you can hear me. So I thought we would go through, yes, Birmingham City after the festive period, and hope everyone is well. The cine world over there. Start at the end of Broad Street. It's a lot quieter tonight. Sorry I didn't go out last night. I was too tired. And that's quite a busy nightclub. Friday and Saturday, very busy. Not going to state the obvious here. You can see Hamptons there, and the other hotel just behind. As you know, I did look at apartments there. I promised to do live on a Saturday evening, but it didn't work out, as you know, New Year's Eve, but it's quite simply because people are not aware you're live. They're not sitting by their phones waiting for me to go live. I've got 434 subscribers now, as you know, but I'm probably only got, I don't know how many active ones. It doesn't tell you, and I don't know how many have a bell underneath the video. You know, you click on the bell to get notification. So, and sometimes YouTube, I know the very popular vloggers, they don't send notification out. So if YouTube doesn't send notification out, or the subscribers don't tick the bell to be notified, then obviously I'm going live on my own, but I enjoy talking on my own. So the Heidi's, it's that beer bar under renovation last year now, isn't it? Always keep saying must not say this year. It's looking good though, Broad Street, after all the buildings. Still lots of things going on I've let you know about. It's good practice for me to come out anyway, and it's good therapy, because talking to myself I can play it back and then correct a few things. No, so we were live. If you watched the live one, I mean, it got over 706 days views, but live hardly any, because as I said, it until you get the numbers, thousands to be honest, and they have notification, you're never going to. We have one person in Howard. I hope you can hear me, and the the sound and picture quality are good. Maybe a thumbs up, just let me know that everything's okay. Yes, this used to be Zara's, do you remember? I remember, because I lived opposite for over 3 years. Not sure what they're going to do with it now. Zara's nightclub used to go on until 6 o'clock in the morning, and I lived there at the bank, Birmingham. But I moved there the wrong time. Unfortunately, it was a building site for the 3-year period I lived there. But I always do that. I've got a habit of doing that. Now, as you know, I rent an apartment 5 minutes walk away from here, by the canals. But would you believe they were still building there? Well, they've probably got another week or two They are a year behind, so when I moved in a year ago they told me it was nearly finished, but that wasn't true. So here, the Moda building, I have reviewed it, but I had to take the video down for some reason. Let's show you, right to the very top there. You see that? It's beautiful inside, but it's out of my price range, and it's not worth it. They can charge $1,300 for a studio apartment in there, and the cheapest one bedroom I think is $1,350. They have a running track on the 3rd floor. Hi M8, looks like you have a new sub. Oh, thank you. Can't believe it, eh? That's the second one today. I'm going to be famous. It sort of stayed at 433. Well, exaggerating a bit, but almost hasn't moved at all. Hi, Happy New Year, Penelope. Thank you for joining. So yes, when I lived at the bank here for just over 3 years, I came back from Spain, 17 months opposite a 24-hour engineering factory, St. James Street. I moved straight out of the frying pan into the fire here. You see this road here, Sheepcote Street, where there was a multi-million-pound project, as you know, the whole of Broad Street, the tram lines and everything else. And guess what they did? They used this street as their goods inwards and goods outwards for the 3 years I was here, 3 years and 3 months. They used this street as a builder's yard. Every single truck came in and out of here for 3 years and 3 months. Total hell it was, and now I'm at the canals, and this is there's no security here. They never even closed the gates here. Got a dreadful management company here. They promised a year ago they would sort this out. It's been open probably 4 years now. Yeah, over 4 years. And a girl was going through the gates there. She wanted to go into the other gate, well, into the apartment in this building, Tower 2, and they mugged her and stole her phone. That was about 2 to 3 years ago, and they promised to get those gates locked, but they never did. So now, 4.5 years, as you can see, still open, still not giving the residents security. So don't move there, guys, trust me. Got the most shocking management company, and I don't care if they're listening. I'm standing by what I'm saying. This is going to be a Tesco's here. It's supposed to open months ago, but it will be useful here to be able to go to Tesco's. It's only 4 minutes walk from where I live. I don't like Tesco's very much, but we do need a local convenience store now. Yes, a Moda, they charge about $1,350 for 1 bedroom, and they wanted 6 months. It's called the Mercian. They've got places in London, Manchester, various places in England, but they're not worth $1,350 for 1 bedroom. And they can charge $1,200-1,300 for a studio apartment. And they said you have to pay 6 months in advance because you don't have enough income in theory. So I would have to use my savings. So they wanted, what was it now? $8,100 for 6 months. So this is being redeveloped, owned by NatWest. This building, it's been refurbished. So as soon as they nearly finished Broad Street, this started to overlap, and I was still living here. And it was a nightmare here, this building. You could hear it all day long. It's looking nice now. It's almost finished. I would say another maybe 3 months. It's been modernised. It's owned by NatWest. It's a £40 million refurbishment. Here it goes right through to Brindley Place. Yeah, $1,350 for 1 bedroom, and they wanted 6 months in advance. And I said to him, and he said, oh, if you pay a year in advance, you won't have to worry about it going up to 10% after your first 6 months. And I said, so they wanted $16,200. And I said to him, well, how much is it going to go up after 6 months? And he said, oh, only 10%. No. Only 10%, I thought. Figure of 8. so quiet now. Last night it'd be crazy along here. Yes, only 10%, so that'd be another £135. So in 5 years, work that out, probably almost approximately another £800. So a one bedroom in 5 years' time there, theoretically, is going to be £2,150. Isn't that outrageous? Oh look, this is a beautiful Italian restaurant. Oh look, someone's broken the glass. No, they haven't. Have they? Is that broken? Yes, I think so. Isn't that a shame? Such a beautiful restaurant. Yes, I know. Look at this beautiful restaurant. I'll tell you something funny here. I was going in the other door there, and I said to the gentleman, he was a customer, he was just taking a mickey. I said, can I film? He said, oh, no problem. And then he walked out. And I thought, oh, maybe it's the manager. And then these two girls at the reception area here, I walked in filming. They said, excuse me, what are you doing? And I said, oh, that gentleman who just left, he said I could film. And they said, he's a customer. And they were laughing at me. I thought, now I think this is a black spot. So let me know if it starts to go off. Last time we were here. So here now is the side of the development. And oh, it's first time it's all been clear down here. Look, here. You could only get to this area here, tiny hit, this area where it changes colour, the slabs. It was all boarded up for the last 2 years. Isn't that beautiful now? And it's nearly finished in front of Sainsbury's. Yes, so getting back, I'm digressing as usual. 2,150, this a one bedroom apartment in theory will be at the Moda Mercy in 5 years' time. Are you kidding? Trust me, guys, it's not worth it. Let's go through Brindley Place. It might then cut back again. So where I am, it's 9:40. The bank is probably about 8.50 now for one bedroom. Nice building, nice flats inside, but always a lot of trouble there. Don't want to be rude. There's no parking there, but you know, with the greatest respect, don't quote me. There's a lot of students in there, and most of them are probably well behaved, but you know, some of them are not. Oh, hello, Fernando. Off to, yes, I know we are going on Wednesday morning. 12:05 flight, Wednesday morning. Lovely to see you. Meow, Penelope. And yes, so Fernando, you did a lovely video last night. I watched it when I got up. As usual, new restaurant here, Turtle Bay. Been open a month or two. Great little restaurant. So around this area, this is the building I'm still talking about, been going on for 2 years. It was Brindley Place, total hell around here for all these restaurants for the last 2 years, but now, as you can see, it's almost finished. Another month or two. Piccolino, coffee bar down there, pizza over there. Oh, is this one finished? I don't know if this one. Total Bay's a good restaurant, good prices, got lovely seating area outside. Let me show you. I'm using the DJI 3 gimbal, Fernando. It's so much better. You see outside in the summer, it's going to be wonderful here. Oh, and look, they put cover for the winter, so you have a roof now. Ah, that's wonderful, isn't it? Let me take you through to the fountain, my favourite area. So yes, I had problems like most of us did, Fernando. 2 minutes to 12, I was at Centenary Square with everyone else, and it went off, and it didn't tell me, and I was filming the best part of the video right up till, I think it was 25 to 1, so we lost 37 minutes. I came through, I got amongst all the crowds, the people, the firework display. We went to Brindley Place, we went over the bridge, we went to some really nice areas and started talking to people, and we lost it all. And I got home and it wasn't there. We had the 2 or 3 minutes to midnight. There I am, carrying on, talking to myself, which I do anyway. Isn't this beautiful? and I lost 37 minutes of my video, the best 37 minutes. So in hindsight, which is a wonderful thing, I wouldn't do it again. I would film, and I know you had major problems. You worked really hard right up till midnight, and it went off, didn't it, for you for 15 minutes or so. Whoops, I'm not going to get run over here. I'm 3 minutes walk from here. It's wonderful here in the summer. Isn't it beautiful here? Watch my singing video, if it doesn't put you off watching videos. And you'll see I was singing here 2 years ago, Christmas Eve, and it was all lit up. It's got a great projection lighting system here, which they've never used since, well, 3 years now. They don't use it. I don't know why, they just don't switch it on. Even they didn't put it on for New Year, they didn't put it on for Christmas. But if you watch the Christmas Carol, you'll see yes, I know, like yours, you must have been so disappointed because you were there, you didn't see the ball drop. In hindsight, as I said, I would in future go non-live with an event like that, because I then know I wouldn't have lost that 37 minutes, the last 37 minutes. Oh, it's wonderful here, my favourite place. 3 minutes walk from my flat. I'm very happy to be in Birmingham City. It's a beautiful city. I came back, as you know, from Spain 5.5 years ago now. 6 years in May. And we came round here, we were talking to people, we went over the bridge, and I thought, what a great, well, not a great video, but I thought, that's great. I get home, 2 or 3 minutes to midnight, it went off, prism, no warning, lost it all, really upset, and hardly anyone came in. But that's because, you know, I was thinking about not going live anymore, but you know, it's in your blood. I mean, Fernando will know, it becomes a habit, and it's a passion of mine, an obsession to film. And I'm sitting at home half an hour ago, and I thought, I want to go out and do some filming. But I thought maybe this is my 3rd month I paid for, because I have pay as you go, so I only pay extra specifically so I can film live for my viewers. But because I don't have a lot of viewers, and it hasn't really, this is the Sea World, look, Sea Life. I'm thinking that this might be my last month for going live, because I have to pay, you know, so I can go live. I don't use my phone, only for pay as you go. So it costs not a lot, but I've paid November, December. This is my 3rd month, and we didn't get any viewers hardly at all. Anyway, when I was live New Year's Eve, even a couple of minutes before midnight, I had about 20 in, and there were thousands of people in Centenary Square, and I didn't see anyone else vlogging, and I thought, yeah, this is going to be really good for people around Birmingham. But as I said before, probably because they don't even know you're filming. So it wasn't, with the greatest respect from my point of view, it wasn't a success anyway, because hardly anyone came in. And I thought Broad Street, Birmingham, live, New Year's Eve, first time really in 3 years. I thought, you know, this is going to be great for everyone. I would have loved to have seen, I've only been doing this about 20 months now, live Birmingham. Isn't it beautiful? The wind has dropped now. I've got a small, I found it again, a little dead cat they call it, don't they? Isn't it beautiful here, the canals? Well, Fernando, I tell you, I've got, last month I had 50 gigabytes, and it only cost me about equivalent to $15 for 50 gigabytes. It's much cheaper in England, but so that's really cheap, like 12 UK pounds for the whole month. And when we finished the month, I had only used 10 gigabytes, so I had 40 left, which I lost. So it's really cheap here. It's not that, it's the point. It's nice to see 12 people in here now. It's the point is, you know, if people don't know you're live, and I've got to build up my channel, as you know, and you know, and that's no disrespect to 12 people in here. It's important. Well, we had 11 now. One's gone. So it's not the cost, it's not even the time. I enjoy doing it, but is it, yes, beautiful. Is it worth doing it? Because, you know, hardly anyone comes in to watch New Year's Eve, but I would have, as I said, looking back, I would have gone non-live, and then when I get home, I post it. Sorry, I'm shouting a bit. When I get home, I'm posting within an hour. If it's live, I don't have to edit, as you know. It's already gone on there, and it goes on your channel about 24 hours later, doesn't it? But if it's non-live, I can post it within 2 hours of filming. Yeah, I paid about equivalent to €14 for 50 gigabytes, and I've just paid £10 now for 10 gigabytes. Is it It is gigabytes, isn't it? I get them mixed up. Is it gigabytes or megabytes? Gigabytes? Anyway, so yeah, gigabytes, isn't it? Isn't that beautiful? And I did a lot of filming. I only used 10 for the whole month, so I had 40 left, which you obviously lose. I can get a contract and I can pay £8 a 12-month contract for 50 gigabytes a month. I loved it when you New Year's Eve, when you go up filming, we're interviewing those professional film crews. You're so audacious. I couldn't believe it. You just go up to them filming. I wouldn't have the confidence to do that, I don't think. Hello there. Welcome. Is it Sanjo? Nice to see you. It's better than Friday and Saturday. I don't feel totally safe on Saturday, to be honest with you, or Friday or Saturday. I mean, I don't know how you feel as viewers, but stop saying but, forgive me guys, forgive me. Habit. I said I would stop doing that. So yes, getting back to what I was saying, I'm not sure if I'm going to stop doing live. This might be my last month. If it's up to people, viewers, let me know what you think. I mean, if it's just a few of you want me to do it, I'll do it. It's my pleasure. It's so quiet around here. Yes, I feel safe. I mean, you've got to remember, I'm a lot older than you probably. It is very wild on Saturday night, and just getting, you know, confidence again with crowds. You know, we've had all these things go on for the last almost 3 years now. Let's just go over here for you. I've never been over here, actually. I agree with you, it's just me being a little bit paranoid. But I personally prefer it like this because it's, you know, I think you can see a lot more personally because there's so many people around when it's very busy. Yes, you're right, it should go with consistency. I agree, forget the numbers, but you've got to be honest. I know the ball dropping. Oh, thank you, Penelope. I know I'm not obsessed with numbers like a lot of people. I'd go out filming for one person. They said to me, they sent me a message, look at this over here. Bernard, would you film? And I would. But let us come in here for you. Isn't that beautiful? Thank you. Birmingham is underrepresented. It's a stunning city. I always knew coming from Cheltenham for many years to go to the Symphony Hall, but my, hasn't it changed in the last 5 years? Look at that. Isn't that stunning? Oh, that's beautiful. I think you can get a lot more at what I was saying for the viewers. Oh, it's gone crazy, my. Let me bring this around. Isn't that funny? Hang on, I'm just going to bring the... Here we are. I'm sorry about that. It went crazy. I had to press the button. On this gimbal 3, if you press the button 3 times, it comes back round. My apologies for that very unprofessional filming. It just stayed in place, but Fernando, people would tell you, gimbals play up sometimes. There are pros and cons to filming live. Oh, I've met Floozy. We're going to see Floozy. Fernando, I don't know how much time you've got. She's waiting for you. But I've been all over England, and I have to tell you, it's the friendliest place I've lived. And also one of the most beautiful in England. And yet again, I'm digressing, but the thing about tonight, say for example last night, is I can show a lot more to my viewers. Oh, Fernando, stop it. Stunning, tremendous. I know. Yes, but the worst one, Fernando, is look at that, and but the ums come from being on my own, walking around the flat 24/7 talking to yourself. It's a nasty habit. It's a bit like, you know, the young people say like, bless them, like. Well, I don't. I say and it's not very nice, forgive me. Isn't it wonderful? So last night you would be pushed everywhere because of the crowds, and your film is dictated to by circumstances. Here, one can just film, relax, go to any area one wants to, and I think it's better personally for the viewers. This is good. The only vacant spot used to be a Pizza Express. Look here, going to be a bar and restaurant. So that's going to be opening, well, probably a few months' time. Let's have a look back over the canals and behind the International Conference Centre, Symphony Hall. And what a beautiful city. I mean, just look at this. See those little pods there? I haven't seen any action from where those 12 pods are. You hire them, they have a minimum charge, it's £100 or something, but I think they seat 8, and you get the money back. You don't actually pay. Excuse me. Another part of live video. Sorry, I've got a dry throat. This is the Brass House. So this is the other side of where we just came from, just about 30-40 yards up there. So I'm like you, Fernando. I just use the gimbal as a gimbal. I don't use all the fancy stuff in the Prism app, and it works well. Yes, but some bad news for you, Fernando. She's Floozy is actually, yes, Floozy in the jacuzzi. I can't remember. I know it's called the Fountain and the Youth, the two small statues, and it was an Indian architecture. I do know, as you know, it was closed in 2000. Yes, it is a stigmatized, and it's changed a lot. I was talking to a police officer from London, and he made me laugh. I said to him, and I said, you're in the wrong area. He had a jacket on that said Metropolitan Police of London. And I said, what are you doing here? You're in the wrong area. And he said, oh, I've come to clean Birmingham up. And I said to him, oh, have you? I said, well, you need to start in London first. Yeah, and he sort of meant it. He said, I said, what are you doing here? You're in the wrong place. And he said, I've just come to clean this something city up. But it was his tone. And I said, oh, fine. I said, but you'll need to start in London first. But he didn't like that. So I just walked away. Hello to all viewers. Listen, I haven't got your professionalism, Fernando. I'm learning. Oh, it's still on. This is the last day, guys and girls. This is the last day of the fair. We'll be finishing tonight. Takes a couple of weeks to clear away, and then hopefully we'll have the fountain on again here. It's magnificent. We hardly had it on last year because we had so much going on with the Commonwealth Games. Very clean city. The only part, if you go to Digbeth at the moment, as the gentleman would know, it's a building site still because of HS2. Super friendly. So who's taking low? Tammy Conte, hello. JHM19, hello. Sorry if I missed any comments. I will get better. So the market went on the 23rd, but this goes, this is already closed down. Supposed to close about 9, oh yeah, soon. I'm not even sure if they are taking rides. Real Jewel in the Crown to Symphony Hall. Oh yes, it is. Yes. And then of course you've got the Rep Theatre that had a £2.7 million refurbishment. That's all finished. You had Symphony Hall for a couple of years. Nearly £13 million extension, you can see there. And Matthew Bolton, James Watts and William Murdoch here. And I told you, didn't I, they had a plaque here, which I think someone had taken away. Stolen it because it was in a picture frame and it would look beautiful on the wall, but look, it's gone. Super friends Tammy, hello, good evening, welcome. Wonderful to see a few people in here. This was still very much a building site last year. Even Broad Street wasn't open, so it's wonderful to see. No, the plaque was beautiful, but I'm sure it's hanging on someone's wall. It looked very beautiful, very expensive in a beautiful frame. I suppose you have to nail things down sometimes. And yes, the exchange was under construction. The Three Wise Men, yes. Last year, so tremendous progress. But by Floozy, getting back to Floozy, guys, I was told by someone last year they are going to resurface the whole area. Not every part, but most of it. Not where it's been done. I will show you. We're not far from Floozy now, because it's all a bit tatty and it will look beautiful, but unfortunately it's going to take about 12 months. So you have the Symphony Hall here. Yes, I can't wait for Paradise to be complete. You know, I come here and I think, oh, I'm so fastidious and methodical, and I think I want this, you know, to be finished. And I think it's still open, the big wheel. It's I think it was £7 a ride. Don't go. And here, representing a family. I can't watch Fernando live because he doesn't start until 3 o'clock UK time, and it's a bit late for me, but I always watch it on a Sunday morning with my coffee. Come round. I don't know if it's the ice skating rink. It is still open, yes. £13 for adults, and if you bring your own skates, it's still the same. But this is the last night. I'm not sure when the museum and art gallery opens. Very sorry. Do you want to have a quick look in here because it's the last night? I don't have to worry about copyright music. Yes, it's part of the, you know, the fairground part of the extension of the German Christmas market. Yes, it goes, as I say, it's last night. So it's been here nearly 3 months. I wish they would leave it here, to be honest. It's very, very popular. Last time I came out of here, I fell down these steps. Stupid guy. But it's very, very popular, and it's not a bad location. I mean, it works well. I don't think they have anything else going on here, do they? In this corner here. And it looks good now. They've sort of modernised it over the last few years. Yeah, I heard about the troll when I get them in here sometimes, but Try to ignore them. I had one when we had the ball Commonwealth Games. They were obsessed with the ball. They said it was some sort of demon or something. I don't know. They went on and on for a long time. Oh, did they have an ice skating rink there? Why? Oh. This building was supposed to be finished, of course, in the autumn, but I think it's imminent. About 3 months, as you know. I've got some gentleman who comes in here, has a lot of knowledge. I haven't seen him for a while, and corrects me when I make mistakes about certain things happening. The hotel here, I don't know if it's closed now. Can't be closed. This hotel is going to be demolished. Can't remember what he said they were going to do with the area over there. And then just behind this building here, they're going to have a 12-story office block, and also the new hotel will be over here. And let me show you, just behind here. That starts soon, but you wouldn't really notice it. And the left side is a lot of ground by the university down there. Not sure what they're going to do with that. He didn't know. That looks pretty, doesn't it? From here. Say goodbye for another year. I love the reflection. Look at the reflection over there. Isn't that beautiful? That's pretty, isn't it? At the top of this building here is where we have the local news. Just up there. West Midlands News Channel. I started a conversation, didn't I, about, yes, so it's all boarded up, Floozy, but she is still working. Yes, it's all going to be re-slabbed, but he told me they were going to do it in sections. So, but I noticed the other day, which is very sad. I will show you. You can't get anywhere near her. It's a very important area, as you know, and we've had so much building going on, and of course it didn't open last year. It was the first time it opened in 13 years because it cost too much money, and they had millions of pounds from the government because of the Commonwealth Games, which was very successful. Yes, I thought that was beautiful. And this will be finished in a couple of months' time here. So all this will be open. Another part of paradise. That would look wonderful. Yes, I know they have the wheels everywhere, Joe, don't they? I think I'm too old to get on one of those now. So yes, all this will be open, and I will show you paradise. So we're getting there. I'd say this 2, 3, 4 months. That would be really nice. We then have a nice area to come into. This is look, it's still busy in there for a Sunday night. Look at that. But what I can't understand, Albert Slosh, you see those windows there? They got smashed 7 months ago. Look at that. 3 of them. And they've just put this up there. I'm not sure. Oh, I don't know if they have got glass behind there now. Oh, maybe it's for privacy. It looks like they've got glass. Anyway, what would I know? Then you have a retail vacancy spot here, so we don't know what's going to go on there. This is, as I said, this very popular restaurant, this one, even for a Sunday evening. They have live music over there on the stage. Beautiful. I'm not going to put the camera on them for too long. I don't like to do that. It's not fair on people. We've got Rose's Thai restaurant here, and next door, they do have one by the railway station, Grand Central, and it opens in the autumn 2022, guys, but it doesn't. As you know, look, it's opening in a few months' time, late, but it's going to be quite large area. York's Cafe, as I said, they have a small cafe by the Grand Central railway station, which is still going to stay open. This is a beautiful restaurant inside, Indian restaurant. They do have one in London. Let's just go back on again. Look at that. Oh, stop saying look at that, Bernard. You see? And we get to Paradise Fountain. So in the old days, not going to bore you again, this was, I say, Floozy was off since 2009, but it's so much better now anyway. This was closed for, I think it was 21 years. This is protected and listed and owned by the council, this here. Breaks down about every 3 or 4 weeks for a few weeks. Beautiful, isn't it? So that was filthy and old and run down. And then you would come up through this area. Hello there, you all right? That's a beautiful restaurant over there, Vinoteca. I've been in there. Treat yourself one day. Yes, and you would go through here. You had none of this here at all, and you go through this semi-derelict, awful indoor area, which was probably about 50 years old. Who knows? It makes me so angry. I would say every month for the last 18 months. So here would have been an indoor area here. Had Weatherspoons and some nasty. It was old, 40, 50 years old. Very run down, dirty. I think it's remarkable what they've done. And I knew this was going to happen because I did tell you guys, but I didn't think they were going to cut off the whole area. He did say it's going to take a year, but they were going to do sections at a time. One can only hope when we get to Floozy. Oh, Town Hall. Ah, really? On a man that died in a construction. Ah. Thank you, David. Yes, one of my influential viewers might know why this keeps breaking down. So I come around the corner and I say, oh, it's broken again. I've never lived anywhere. I'm coming through, living in Spain for 13 years and coming through from Cheltenham, and I would always come through Birmingham to get obviously the plane. Have a quick look over here, Vinoteca. I've seen this in the last, from 15 years ago. And as I said, this is where they're going to have the 12-story office building and the new hotel here. And we talk about remarkable buildings. What about the town hall then? Ah. Never seen a city change so much. Still a lot more going on. They're extending the tram lines. It stops just after Morrison's. It's going to go through to Edgbaston. And Digbeth is, with the greatest respect, I stay away from Digbeth at the moment. It's been a building site for many years, and the station, because of the HS2, is supposed to open in 2026. So, maybe 3 years. Let's hope it's not going to be late. But it's a building site over there still. It's and has been, obviously, I understand what's going on, for many, many years. It's so unsightly, I just completely stay away from. Although if you go around the back area, you have to go through all the building, obviously. You have the wonderful, where the custard factory is, and that's a wonderful area. So this is it, I'm afraid. This is one of the most popular areas, as you know. Let's see if I take that out a bit. Will it go? What would it look like? Guys, just take it ultra wide. But it's just so much went on last year. But I was surprised. I said he told me they would just do. I mean, I don't understand what they're doing, to be honest with you. But it's all these slabs here now. Look, they're all new. But a little bit further up where the gentleman is up there, that it's all going to be the same. Yes, that's right, Broad Street and Brindley Place, and isn't it remarkable, Broad Street and Brindley Place? But where I just showed you the fountain, I mean, it's owned by the council, it's a protected building, isn't it? But the whole area, Paradise, surrounding the fountain, it is owned by the same people, privately owned, who own Brindley Place. So yes, I'm hoping they really get a move on. I noticed they were taking, isn't that wonderful? Town Hall. This is new. They were taking up the old key bricks, and so they will probably just put the slabs on top. Over there now we have a 360 camera on the top of the lamppost, because as you know, when Floozy opened last year, 13 years it had been closed. And someone put some chemicals in there. I'm just going to put it back to 1, because you get a closer picture, don't you? Isn't that beautiful, the council offices? Yes, and it was closed for about 6 weeks. It cost thousands of pounds. Can you imagine only being open a few hours? First time in 13 years, and some idiots put some chemicals in there, and it did a lot of damage. A very popular area for one to go to. Now, I'm not sure, I just want to mention, normally Prism goes off after an hour. I mean, Rob, Walk, Ride, Fly, New York, Fernando would tell you, it normally goes off after an hour. He's had the most horrendous time, I'm not sure if it's going to do the same for us, so if it does, forgive me, I will not be able to get your messages. You'll be able to hear me and see the picture, but I will carry on, but I won't get your messages. I don't know why. If you watch, and I'm sure you do, Rob, Walk, Ride, Fly. Look at this now. Oh, I keep saying, look, so this is it, I'm afraid, guys. I'll just go over the top for you, look. She's looking beautiful. This is for Fernando. I know he's got a thing about Floozy. I'm holding my gimbal up as high as I can. They are relaying, but you see the key bricks there, they're just taking those up and just hoping I'm pretty sure. I mean, it's going to look beautiful. Again, you know, this is progress, isn't it? But hopefully it will be open and ready for the summer. Well, certainly most of the area. Although he did say it would take, so we can't get anywhere near Floozy and the jacuzzi. But you can see her from a distance. Oh, I'm so sorry, Floozy. I don't know. I know the population, well, Birmingham is one. It's bigger than Liverpool and Manchester combined. That's right, 1.2 million. Well, I did speak to a local about that. I said it's bigger than Liverpool. He was born here. He was quite old, and yeah, you get various. I mean, I read it's 1.2 million, but it is bigger than Liverpool and Manchester combined. But he said that's because they keep adding bits onto it over the years. And I said, yeah, you know, try to be clever. I never try to be too clever on here. You know that, guys. No, the only rat in Birmingham is me. No, I've never seen a rat. Only when I look in the mirror. Sorry. I must behave myself. Yes, again, quickly. If it goes off soon, it's normally Prism. Fernando will know. About 1 hour, I think, the messages go off. I'm still going to broadcast. I can still go live. I still talk to you and bore you, but I won't get your messages. So just warning you, it might not happen. I think he got away with it yesterday. I've got a beautiful scarf. Keeps me warm. I've only got a small jacket, a jumper, vest. But it's I got it from Ted Baker. So this is the centre of Birmingham city. Wonderful city up there. You can walk to Colmore Row. Yes, it is quiet, yeah. Where we will finish. Oh, these bikes. I don't know, they honestly, you're not safe. You can send me a couple of rats in the post. Come on, Fernando. You've got too many in New York. It's beautiful, isn't it? Little area. I wish they would sort out the actual centre. People who are on here who live in the centre of Birmingham. I'm sure you've noticed the state of the footpaths and the pedestrianised areas around Birmingham. They've been neglected for many, many years, haven't they? This is Grand Central Railway Station. Multi-billion-pound project. Cannot film it now. Well, I mean, I did a bit of stealth filming one day, but they will throw you out. I don't know why. And I had my DJI Pocket 2 one day, and I actually had it. Oh, I was going past, because we lost John Lewis there, and all the shops. A lot of shops are closed in there. Still worth going in there, but it's mainly restaurants now. The other day, right the way from the entrance, Grand Central, right the way past John Lewis, all the shops are closed because John Lewis closed, Debenhams closed. Don't forget, it does open Marks and Spencer's in Grand Central, where Debenhams used to be. That will be open soon, very soon. This is the Burlington Hotel. Sorry, I don't carry any cash, sorry. And that is the truth. I stopped carrying cash a long time ago and it works for me. Burlington Hotel. I stayed here about 15 years ago. It was wonderful. Came to see Cecilia Bartoli at the Symphony Hall from Cheltenham, and I parked my car at the Worcester railway station where my deputy manager said you shouldn't have done that, Bernard. It's a beautiful hotel. We won't go inside. If you want to come to Birmingham, you can stay here. Wonderful hotel. And after I stayed here for 2 days and got back to my car, someone had put a brick through the window on the driver's side, on the right-hand side. Hello, hello, Happy New Year. So, yes, I was filming, and he saw me in Grand Central, and I went into H.D.R's, the coffee shop, because I thought I'm not going to give him the satisfaction of telling me off. And he was waiting for me when I came outside, waiting for me. He gave me a big lecture about I'd put the camera away. I walked outside, I thought, oh, he's gone. And then he gave me a lecture about you cannot film inside. And this is the, I walk in here, filming guys, look, the Apple store. iPhone 13 Pro. Just doing a bit of filming, looking at a few products, and I get thrown out more or less. You wouldn't believe it. I mean, he said, what are you doing? You can't film in here. I thought, I'm using your phone. Yeah. I have an iPhone 13. I'm filming in an Apple shop. I just spent, I don't know, was it 1,090 on one of your phones? And I cannot film in here. It was embarrassing because he then went down to, because they do free lessons in there. I don't know if they do it in Apple stores across the world. You can go on, once you have one of their products, you can go on free lessons all the time. Doesn't cost you anything. They're really very, very useful. It is. And he went down and he was pointing from the door. I was talking to someone else who worked in the shop, and they more or less escorted me out of the shop. You wouldn't believe it. I mean, I'm old. I was furious. I didn't say a lot, to be honest, but I just couldn't believe it. He was pointing, and the security guard at the door, and then they both walked down and asked me to leave the shop. I thought it was disgraceful. There's a few more people now. I understand about copyrights and strikes, and I mean, Fernando's wonderful. I'm not just saying that because he doesn't really worry about it. And I understand you get monetization if you get 1,000 viewers. Sorry, not 1,000 subscribers. I mean, I've got 434, 35. It seems to have sort of died at the moment. I'm hoping to get 1,000, so as you know, so I can monetize, and then I'm going to donate all the money from monetization to charity. So, I don't have a lot of money, but I don't need it, and I get the satisfaction of filming, which is a passion of mine. One or two people enjoy it, and also we can get some money, maybe. So that's what I'm going to do, but I can't see myself getting anywhere near that, to be honest. I'd be lucky to hit 500-600 at the end of this year if I'm lucky. I think they'll sort of stay there, personally. It's the Odeon, yes. It's very difficult to get. I mean, it's always finding interesting things to do for the viewers, and I find if I go outside Birmingham, it's usually a disaster. I mean, London was. So, and I'm trying to find interesting things for my viewers, but as you know, guys, no, they're not open now. We'll go down that way. Yeah, so I suffer greatly from I'm waiting for an MRI scan. I'm not going to dwell on it because we want to be happy in here, but I've got to have an MRI scan because when I get home from this video, I'll have 8 hours without being able to move at all. It's been going on for about a year now. And I mean, when I was in London, I got back to the hotel. I was going to call an ambulance, actually. I had 12 hours not being able to move from the chair in the hotel. So, but I'm still going to film. I'll come out in a wheelchair if I have to. Yes, but getting back to the copyrights, I understand how it works and I agree and I respect it. But personally, it is frustrating for vloggers because, and this is only a personal opinion, yes, there's a 30 billion pound, sorry, billion, there's 30 billion viewers a year on YouTube, 30 billion, and it's all about algorithms. And I know when I went out New Year's Eve, I was probably on the last page of the 30 billion. Nobody knew I was filming in Birmingham, and I don't know how to break down those barriers. Oh, that's right, the pub, I remember that. Yes, let me just go back a bit, sorry. Oh, I can't. Yes, David. I remember that, yes. Tavern. This is a lovely area, isn't it? But I know if I mute, I kill the video. Personally, there's only a personal opinion. I'm not knocking other people. So I wouldn't, there's certain areas, if I knew, even if, say, we got 1,000 subscribers and I could monetize, I would have to forfeit that monetization sometimes, because if I'm out filming, yes, it is a very old church. I'm not going to mute if I'm out filming and kill my videos for you. So I would personally, and it's only personal, I would forfeit the monetization. Here we are. It's magnificent, isn't it? Yeah, I just fell down a step, guys. I hear you. There's the boring and shouldn't let me out. They have a bar here where I'm standing in the summer. They have a bar. It's really beautiful. 2 years ago they had a Pim's bar. They had another bar. I don't know, Jim, forgive me. I don't know when they will be demolishing the... I mean, I do look and try to find out. You have to Google it, I'm afraid. I don't know. But this is where, as you know, HS2 just behind here, right the way through there. I try to avoid... I mean, it's been going on for probably 6 years, has it? It's just horrible. And I do understand why. But it's a complete, just behind there, a complete building site. I did last time I was here. They're nasty. I've had some nasty falls. Yes, and as you know, the market's down here. I didn't know, to be quite frank with you, that the market was going. Am I right that the Bullring was the first type of shopping centre in the world? Am I right? Oh, 20 years. Thank you, super friends. Yes, we know you get 20,000, Fernando. Don't be smug. We know. But then I don't have your charisma, do I? And your talent and your communication skills. Yes, the Bullring, wasn't it? It was the first of this type in the world, am I right? Type of shopping centre. They don't like you filming there also. I've seen people filming in there, but they get a bit moody about it. Is it still open? Oh, security sitting down there having a sleep. I thought, well, let's go through and give you an update on after the festivities. And you got to see the last night of the fairground, and hopefully in 2 weeks' time, 3 at the most, they will open the fountain there. I will go along there and show you. It's very beautiful at night. Yes, thank you, Joe. I've always been told I waffle all the time. Yes, it it doesn't worry me. It's something I did all my life. My 2 ex-wives said, do you ever draw breath? Do you ever stop for 1 second? And I just do it. Sort of comes naturally, and I don't have to. Yes, this is where, you see in here, they're going to open M&S just through there. I think it's through here, isn't it? Grand Central. I know there's someone in London, she's a tour guide, really good, 10 years. But when she went live, she froze, and Fernando's brilliant, but I actually prefer it. I like it because even when I look and I think there's nobody in here, it's therapeutic for me. I was at one time, I don't know if I've ever told any of you, professional singer. It was something I wanted to do all my life, and I loved the stage. Whoops. Oh, sorry. Bikes, you have to be careful, guys. You shouldn't be on your bike along here. Sorry, guys. Nearly got hit, but I did, in the back of one of those bikes. It's anarchy in Birmingham. So here we are, Birmingham Wall Street Station. Wonderful station. Very small. I did post a video of a steam train leaving there a week or 2 ago. So going on stage is an incredible feeling. But I had an operation, and it was 34 years ago, to remove a nodule, and you're going to laugh now, but don't. I couldn't talk for 2.5 years, don't about, the nerve damage. Couldn't talk for 2.5 years, end of my singing career, 34 years ago, which was devastating for me. And to this day, I still get pain when I talk, nothing like it used to be, because of a doctor was incapable of removing one nodule, and then I was suing the NHS, but they all closed ranks, and it was going to cost me everything, so I pulled out. So that's that. But I did the Christmas Carol. As you know, it's on there. Have a look at the video. And I don't know if people... It was very emotional for me. I think it's 2 or 3 years ago. It's there. Just a few steps down. Yes, Joe. Broke my heart. I always say I died on that day. It was the end of my life, because I cannot explain what it was like singing and going on stage. And I was on Radio 3, they played one of my songs. I got contacted, and I only did it for 1 year professionally, but even then, I was very young. All the money went to St. Barnabas Hospice charity. I used to donate the money I got from the concerts to the charity in their NatWest account. I lived in Lincoln at the time, but I always say I died on that day. But I sang the carol. You'll see it on there. Please have a look at it. Hadn't had a lot of views, and it was the first time I sang in 32 years, I think. Still COVID was going on, and I went along Christmas Eve, sang a little Silent Night Christmas Carol. Didn't know how it would go. Was holding the phone, I think. I didn't have a gimbal. Freezing cold, shaking, and singing for you. So Yes, Fernando, it was terrible. I think if I were married at the time, my two ex-wives would have said to the doctor, thank you so much. Thank you. Yes, I didn't know how it would sound. It's not how it would have sounded for the operation. So those of you who are from, here we are, look, Marks and Spencer's, moving to where Debenhams used to be. Don't forget, it's very soon, because there's a bit of a dump in there, I tell you. Yeah, dallying, yes. So where do we go now? Well, we've been up here a lot. This goes to Colmore Row. But let's just go down here. We never actually go down here, do we? I'm loving this. Can't explain what it feels like to come out having a natter. I love a few people in here. Thank you so much. Really, yes, it's on my channel, my singing video. Come on, Fernando, you must have seen it. It's only a few videos down. I think it's had 72 views. But then when I did the radio recording, it was one of the Radio 3. I couldn't believe it. I was taken aback. I thought it's really taken off, and that was it. Lasted a year, and I hate the doctor, to be honest. I know he didn't do it deliberately. Oh, this area here, this is one of my whingy guys. If you're from Birmingham, it has gone on for so long. I don't know. I mean, I know I'm not an engineer. I don't understand. I understand, but here, the construction here, I just can't understand it. It's gone on. So please, one of my viewers, educate me. Look, you know where I'm talking about. Eh? It's gone on for about 3 years. It never stops. That guy there sitting in his van thinking, what's he moaning about? Here, you see, guys, look. If you know Birmingham. 3 years. And they've still, I'll give it another 10. I tell you, as I said, I'm not an engineer, but I don't know what the hell they're doing there. Maybe someone can educate me.
And I was doing stuff.
Now, this is an area I don't normally go to, so we'll just take you through here. Metro, is it? Well, yeah. I don't think we'll go down here, guys, because look, there's not a lot down there. I'm going to go back. No, I don't know what's happening with the road. Thank you very much, Joe. I did at one time. I remember taking off when you had it's not a strike, because if you get 3 strikes, apparently they take your channel down, that's it. And I inadvertently, I think it was some Joni Mitchell, I didn't do it deliberately, I posted it on my channel and it came through within seconds. It was a strike. But I had 17, I thought there were strikes, but you get 3, you're out. It's one of the most absurd, oh it is, look, the tram lines, yes. Get it finished, guys, come on. There's a lot going on, and this year it'll look so much better. Another year. Oh yes, the tram lines. Oh, thank you for that. It's going to look wonderful, Birmingham. I see oh yes, I can see it now. Thank you, but it has been a long time, hasn't it? Yes, so 17 videos I took down. And then I took down 77, so about 94. Because I did have another channel for 8 months, but where I was plagued with spam messages, trolls, a virus, and they do look high. It's weird. and I took it down, and then I have my new channel. I think we have 140 something videos, and this lovely round here, the square peg, it's like a Weatherspoons. It's nice inside. And I just had a clear up. I don't know if you've ever done it, anyone who vlogs. I took 95 videos off. It wasn't because they were bad. I just wanted to tidy up my channel, and I think we're in about 20 months now, the new channel, and simplify it. So I thought I'd get on and do that. And now we have like 100. I'm not going to take any more down. It's not, but they are quite good. I mean, you still make mistakes. So the Harrods one was 52 minutes. I think it was probably too long. And hope, you know, I always think live's different, as you know, guys, obviously. But the Harrods one, this nice area around here, I could have, when it's non-live, I think the rule of thumb is probably keep it to 30 minutes, otherwise people get bored. But you know, when you get into Harrods, it's such a, oh look, here. Where are we now? Oh, let's go through here. Oh, thank you. I'm glad you said that. You know, you're about the second person that's ever said that. That's all. Thank you. And it means the world to me. Because normally I say to people, watch a video or listen, and there's never any feedback ever. And I think it must have been so bad. Coming through to Cornwall, a beautiful area. Such a privilege to be in Birmingham. And the other thing about Birmingham is also the people. Multicultural city, wonderful people, the friendliest I've ever met in my life anywhere in the UK. I was born at the old Lewis buildings, really, David, right, in the UK. I was born in Croydon, sorry, a dump, forgive me for saying that, and I've lived all over. I've moved around too much, that's why I'm totally on my own now. As you know, in Spain, I wasn't in Spain for 13 years permanently. It was like 3 or 4 months in the winter, and then 8 months back in Cheltenham to drive a bus. Thank you. I don't like my speaking voice, Fernando. I don't agree with you. It's horrible. But my singing voice and being on the stage is magnetic. I always say, if I could have lived my life and I entered from the left of the stage and then I went into a little hut when I finished performing on the right of the stage, for my whole life I would have been the happiest person in the world. That's all I would ever have wanted, nothing else. Go on left hand side of the stage, perform, go off into right hand side of the stage into my little hut until the next performance the next day. I would have been the happiest person and lived the most complete life anyone could ever had hoped for. But it all ended in less than a year because of a doctor who was incapable of removing the nodule. And here we are. It's beautiful around here. But yes, they're the friendliest people in the world I've ever met. People from Birmingham. I love their accent. I love the multicultural city. I love how friendly they are. And they're beautiful. And to have been here, well, as you know, 6 years into May. What a privilege and an honour. but I've got to find interesting things for you for my channel, so we can get, that's pretty over there, get to 1,000 viewers. Only 1,000 subscribers, so only so I can monetize and pay. We donate the money to charity every time I get money from YouTube. Won't be a lot, probably, depends on the viewers then, everyone knows that. And I would, as I said earlier on, I would probably demonetize some of them, because if I'm going out filming for you in popular places, I'm not going to mute. And as I said, it's only a personal opinion. I'm not going to mute for you and destroy the video. I'm going to, oh, that, I've never seen this before. I'm not going to go down the steps, I'll fall down the steps. I've never seen this before. Isn't that beautiful? Let's go. No, I haven't seen the new Wetherspoons, no. Yeah, I love the gym, it's beautiful, isn't it? I'm getting all this information, guys. I'm going to watch this back and remember. Isn't that beautiful? I try not to overload with information, as you know, because I don't want you to think I'm trying to be too clever. And people will Google it anyway. You know, some videos, and I have to tell you, I've said this before, Fernando, and I'm going to say it, I'm not sure if he's still here, he saved my life through the most difficult 3 years of our lives. I watched these wonderful vloggers help me through the most difficult times. I was in lockdown 3 times because of my age and health, totally on my own, never saw anyone. Hello, Fernando. They saved my life, but some vloggers, you know, when you watch, and I love most of them, I think they're remarkable, much better than I will ever be, so get that straight before we start. But some vloggers, if you feel you're watching their video, and there's nothing wrong with research, but you feel like you're in a classroom, I don't like that. I don't know about you guys. And I don't like silent videos. If you're in a city like London and New York, I can watch them because they're fascinating places. But I prefer trying to interact with people. Even if it's non-live, you can still, like this video, if it were non-live, and then you could make comments to me. This is a beautiful, oh, it's dark in here, I've never seen it so dark. The Great Western, look, arcade. Oh, we can't go now, but it's beautiful in there if you visit Birmingham. Oh, hello, Fernando. Yes, but have you ever, you feel like you're in a classroom watching a video, because there's so much information, and one time, I'm not going to say who it was, they never sort of come out with it as if they would say, I'm not going to tell you also, boy or girl, I think I remember, or something like that. I seem to recall, and there was a reflection. I know I said this once in my video, but there was a reflection in the shop window, and you could see him looking down at his phone, reading all this. And yes, London is a lonely place. London, we're at the cathedral now, Colmore Row. Wonderful area. Look, the cathedral. I can tell you a little story now. I worked all my life, 7 days a week, but a period in my life I was on my own. I think, I'm not sure if I go on, it'll be a bit brighter, yes. Yes, I've actually walked around those, Jim. JHM, isn't it, Jim? Sorry, it's my eyes. Yeah, Colmore Road, Charles Street. I have done a video all around there. Not sure which one. Beautiful cathedral here. Pigeon Park. Pigeon Park, right, I'm going to make notes of the notes here. Isn't that peaceful? Yes, so I did have 1 year in my life when I was homeless. That's right. I was there this year several times. I have a coffee in there. It's not very good actually. The ambience is wonderful. Tom Cruise was there because we saw it on the news, didn't we? And would you believe, Prince Charles, when he came here, you will see on one of my videos, I hate to promote them, I don't want to keep talking about, Prince Charles actually arrived. I was walking past here. He arrived at the Grand Central with his crew, and then he went straight on to Victoria Square before the Commonwealth Games opened, and you will see it on one of my videos. Commonwealth, you'll see Prince Charles, I was filming, arrived at the Grand Central. This is a lovely area. The ambience is absolutely stunning in Grand Central. It was closed, wasn't it? Was it the Grand Central Grand Hotel? Closed, am I right, for over 20 years? I used to walk past here for years, but I never realised it was under renovation for so many years. It cost you, that's okay, I think it's £4.50 or something for a coffee. There we are. But they do, I mean, you could say it's good service, but they do sort of hassle you. They try to get you, I was sitting there with my coffee, just to keep ordering things. Oh, Victoria. That's right, yes. Birmingham Victoria Eye Hospital. That's right, yes. It's a stunning building, isn't it? I have been in there. I've got some photo and videos of the Grand Hotel. Isn't it beautiful? That's where you have a coffee there. I could sneak inside for a second and be audacious. What do you reckon, guys? I wouldn't normally do it. Let's just go inside for a split second. I don't think the security's at the door. Grand Hotel. We'll probably go off. Hello. It's very quiet here, but that's the reception area. Hello guys. Hello. So, this lady here, look. So that's the restaurant. I won't well, there's a hell of a step here for the old man to go down. I tell you what, well, I'm going to go back left. 50 million. Yes, the rooms are reasonably priced. I mean, you can get a room for, I think it's £100 a night or something, 120. But it's and it's worth a coffee. Go in there, have a coffee, and sit in the restaurant there. Absolutely stunning. But I've turned back to go back to Victoria Square because there's a dead spot just down there on the left and right, and as you know, when you vlog you get to become aware of spots where the video would drop off. Yes, the chandeliers. Similar to your chandeliers, Fernando, you have in your flat. And the Christmas tree, of course. Fernando did a live Christmas tree decoration video. I think it took him 6 seconds because it wasn't a very big tree. Go inside, it's nice. In the daytime, you know, it's £4 or something, £4.50, coffee, and sometimes they keep asking if you want something else, but maybe that's just good service, me being a little bit fastidious. Old joint stock on the left, huh? You know, it's great, Lucy. All this information. Well, I thought you had 2 lights, Fernanda, and 1 ball. Don't worry, guys, he promised to get a bigger Christmas tree next year. So that's Colmore Row. We've been on 136, so we're still on with the messages, which is wonderful, isn't it? This Orelle building, this went on for 4 years, and it's fascinating to see the changes, isn't it, in this remarkable city. But I did, getting back to the thing I said about the police officer and making derogatory remarks about Birmingham, apparently afterwards I did read in the newspaper there were many positive comments after the Commonwealth Games and from the police officers about how the city has changed and how remarkable it is now and how beautiful. Yes, I think it was funny, wasn't it, the foundation? So it was nearly 5 years, wasn't it? Isn't it a wonderful restaurant? Here you can have a coffee. Guys, it's about £4.50 again, about £7 with a croissant. What does it say on this door? Let's have a look. Oh, out of order. Ah, so the door is closed. You can't really see inside. I wonder, I think it's closed. I think that's been like that for a lot. Yes, it is. That's a shame. I wonder how they get in then. Oh, they must go through this. But on the top floor, they have a restaurant. Oh, that's an office building there, isn't it? Yes. So Orelle Cafe in the daytime. Treat yourself. Stunning little restaurant. Coffee and croissants about £7. But on the top floor, you have to go up by lift. They have the most 360 views of the whole city. Let me just, you can't really see it here. The very top floor. All right. Bye-bye, Lucy. Thank you for joining. Really appreciate it. Really do. It's wonderful to see a few people in here. Yes, so have a coffee in there. Treat yourself. It is wonderful. And the restaurant, top floor, probably take you, you probably pay 150 for a 3-course meal with a glass of wine. But it's just maybe something you do maybe once a year. Spectacular views. Another beautiful building over there. Isn't that, you get much better view, guys, don't you, when I go wide lens instead of ultra wide, because you pick up too much sort of darkness. Oh, sorry, Lucy. Sorry, my eyes are not too good. But Just and thank you, Joe, for joining. Yeah, this is it again, guys. It's sad, isn't it, at the moment? But I mean, it will, you know, it is going to look a lot better when it's finished. But as I said the other earlier on, I think they're just removing all the key bricks, and they've already got the surface there, so they might just lay the slabs on top. So they could probably do it very quickly. I don't know if Fernando's still here, but he's got this thing about Floozy, hasn't he? So here she is again. If I cross the road and get run over for you. You can hear the water. Art gallery, is it? They'll close for refurbishment, yes. But I think they will move this really quickly because they've already got the foundations there with the old bricks, key bricks. So I've got a feeling it's going to... Dawn Lizzie, where are you from? Hello, Dawn, my loyal subscriber. I was born in Croydon, Surrey. So, and then I just started moving around. Oh, Moseley in Birmingham. I did live all over Croydon, and then I wanted to, as you know, pursue my singing career. That's why I moved to Lincoln when I was 36. But it sounds funny, but because I bought a detached bungalow for £27,000, and I had all this equipment, and I used to rehearse a lot. So, and you couldn't get anything in Croydon, the area, Sanderstead, you know, I mean, houses were 6 times more the price. So that's the only reason I moved to Lincoln. I had a detached bungalow and had a little studio in the bungalow. And as you know, I had a singing career for 1 year. And then I moved. I met my wife, who was a concert pianist from Russia. I met her in Lincoln, a colleague at work, and we got married. And she was the first time out of, she lived in Odessa, Ukraine, first time out of Ukraine in her life. The time when they, let me see now, it was probably 1992 or 3. Here we are back here now, guys. The fountain's still working, hasn't gone off. That's a miracle. Sorry, I shouldn't be naughty. 93, and we got married, and I think 15 areas in Russia, became independent, didn't they? Yeah, it's great having that film, sound and picture. I'm really pleased. I wouldn't ever film live the New Year's Eve again. I would just go non-live for you. As I said, I lost the last 37 minutes of the video. I could have done non-live, waffled as much as I do, and then posted it, and you would have been watching the whole video within 2 hours. You can't. You just cannot do it. It's in circumstances like that, when the same thing happened in London, didn't it, after 21 minutes in Covent Garden. It's not worth it because the quality of picture and sound. So unless they get their act together with 5G, I've got a 5G phone, but if I switch to 5G, yeah, this phone 13 Pro, it's wonderful. Yeah, so I switch to 5G, it just goes in and out all the time. So I stay on 4G, but when is it going to happen? I know I was told, I think it's Urbanist from New York, he said they need thousands of more receivers, thousands for 5G. But they promised us, didn't they? Is it what must be 3-4 years ago? The Earth, didn't they, with 5G? It would be a dream for vloggers. You know, I was just thinking here, this is probably because it's the live stage. I'm such a fool sometimes. Symphony Hall's wonderful. We're going there. Yes, I think this has been put up. I'm such an idiot sometimes. Forgive me. I wish someone had corrected me. Yes. I wouldn't have felt such an idiot. I thought those windows were broken. That's where they have the stage and the live music. They don't want people peering through the windows. Oh, Bernard. We're so embarrassed sometimes. Well, it's still going, the wheel. Hour and 46 minutes. I've had nothing to eat today. My back's sort of telling me, oh, you wait when you get home, Bernard. And I've got a DJI Pocket 2. Now they promised in November the new one, and it's not come out. And I spoke to DJI in November directly. £7, isn't it, the wheel, I think? I thought it was £7. Correct me. This is a Hall of Memory. That's stunning. So I'm going to keep you all updated on all the progress, because things are still happening dramatically. That's so pretty. That's a beautiful building, the Hall of Memory. It's stunningly beautiful. Yes. Yes. JHM, yes. New buildings, a new rotunda. I love the reflection there. I wonder what you guys think the problem is if you watch other videos. Obviously, Prism, you know, is it Walk, Ride, Fly? He's had a lot of problems. I was thinking maybe Prism's just overloaded sometimes and they restrict people. But we've got away with it tonight. 50 stories, oh my. There are a lot of new flats coming up in Birmingham, so I'm not saying I want to move where I am. The only downside to where I live is, yes, it's wonderful, isn't it? Is it's freezing cold. There's an underground car park. I'm on the ground floor. It's only one bedroom. I have done a video of it, but I've never lived anywhere so cold in my whole life. You cannot even explain how cold it is. So the hallway, bedroom and bathroom is always freezing. The living room, I try to keep the heating off for as long as I can, because it's, as you know, it's so expensive now. My last bill for December heating, £135, would you believe? They have a lovely view there, the TV studio, don't they? Well, you can see it on this one as well. Look, on this glass. As a resident of Midlands for 50 years, Birmingham has never, what's that say, look better. Yeah, it is sad that retail is in a decline. They should never have let John Lewis go. Ever. Ever. As far as I'm concerned, they could have done a deal, or I don't know, let them have rent reduced, vastly reduced rate, or rent free for a year. They should never have let John Lewis go, because what they didn't realise, the knock-on effect, in Grand Central is devastating. Go in there and see. Right the way from the beginning of Grand Central up the escalator where the Cat's restaurant is, right the way up to Whittard's, there is the shop open on the right hand side. It has got to open more stores, and they let John Lewis go. Debenhams, obviously that was inevitable, but as you know, as I've said, M&S is moving into Debenhams. Sorry, I just touched the dead cat then, he probably got a bit of a muffling noise. But we have a lot of, you take the Smiths, it's quite run down. M&S is obviously going into Debenhams, that would be better. You've got a lot of the stores. Oh, we lost Curry's, big store. We've lost many in the centre. And Ryman's is like a semi-derelict shop. We've lost the camera chain shop. We've lost many. You're absolutely right. Yes. And then the is it the House of Fraser, isn't it? Just near Colmore Row. That's almost gone, really, to be honest. Say goodbye. It's last night, and probably, as I said, 2 or 3 weeks they'll have the fountain on here, which is very beautiful. We lost it most of the time because of Commonwealth Games last year, and it was still very much a building site where we are now, so it's all beautiful. This is extremely well thought out because, as you know, they use the dry fountain here. Well, you've got all this stuff here now, and then they use this as a stage throughout the year, don't they? They did they switched the fountain off, and it doubles up as a stage for performances. They could have a lot more there, actually. So it's wonderfully thought out. Hopefully the fountain is on more than last year, though. I don't know if one of you can help me, but the fountain before COVID was switched on, and families came from all over Birmingham during the summer before the COVID, and it was very successful. And last year, I know we had the Commonwealth Games, and I know they had to use this area most of the time, but just before, this is a beautiful refurbishment, Symphony Hall, just before every bank holiday last year, and it wasn't because only one time they switched the fountain off when you would have thought they would have left it on. There was only one of those times out of all the bank holidays they were using it for something, but just before last year they switched it off every time we had a bank holiday, so all the families that would come over to the fountain and pack their lunches and have a wonderful time. So I don't know if anyone here can help me. Maybe there's someone here from the council can enlighten me. You had one time when you had to switch it off. You had something going on. They brought all the equipment over. But all the other times last year for the dry fountain, when all the families would come over and have a wonderful time celebrating the area, you switched it off. Tilt up tall buildings. Yeah, I'm trying. Here you are, guys. Here I look, Lucy. Sorry, forgive me. I'll tell you why. Here we are.
Hi.
Hello. Sorry, Lucy. I do try to. I tell you why I haven't done it. Well, I should do it. No, I apologise. The old gimbals go a bit funny sometimes when you tilt up. Lovely. And I remember coming along here is it 3 or 4 years ago, before they had the trams running up here, and this is now a clean air zone, isn't it? I remember the first time over 5 years ago coming up here and thinking, what a terrible, you know, the Brindley Place, all that's been done, it's absolutely spectacular. And I thought, what a horrible road, Broad Street, so polluted, so noisy, total anarchy. Now look at it. Yes, it's a clean air zone. Weatherspoons, yes. Well, they even did Weatherspoons last year, didn't they? All the shop fronts being done. Hey, look, shall we go to a nightclub? I'll probably get thrown out. They say you're too old. Felson's Cocktail Lounge and Stick Hall. Yes, I did. I thought, what horrible, polluted, noisy, smelly anarchy here. Parkway. It's wonderful now. Works. It's beautiful. Incredible. Nearly 2 hours. Well, I had 10 gigabytes anyway to use up. So I'm glad I came out. We've got 10 in now, but we've had 20 at one time. Fernando will get jealous because he only had 20,000 the other day. 20,000. Anyway, any of you guys here have never seen Super Friends NYC, just go and have a look at him on a Saturday night in Times Square, although he doesn't need any promotion. Incredible. Wonderful person. Always willing. Yes, it was horrible though with cars, guys, let's be honest. Yes, he's one of those incredible human beings, Fernando. Always willing to help people on their way with the greatest respect. And again, it's only an observation. So many, especially when they become, well, I'm not going to say famous, popular, there's no such thing. Very popular. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. If they get really moody if they think you mention your channel, which I never do. But he's one of the few, one of the only ones, to be honest, that would just go out of his way to help you, especially when you're new. And again, only as observation. This is not a criticising anyone. I love how the vloggers helped me through the most difficult times in my life. They don't like when you first start out. And Fernando knows. I mean, he's got 23,000 now. I'm surprised he hasn't got 100,000. But it isn't all about numbers. You're right. Isn't it beautiful over there? Look. Let's go over there for you. We'll finish up over there. I know, outside London. I know that. But I mean, look at this, guys. Look, hey, what a privilege, eh, to live here. So you start out, it's a slog, it's hard, you have an objective, and they know what it's like, but when they become very popular, I feel, and maybe I'm wrong, Fernando can correct me, especially when they become extremely popular, they turn their back on you, unless you've got 30,000 subscribers or 50. They don't want to, so I getting back, Fernando's just one of those exceptional people that have always tried to help so many people on his channel, and one of the best channels on, well, by far the type of videos he does. He's very audacious. I must say he's very naughty sometimes. Look at this again, isn't it? And I'm sorry I keep saying look at this. What can I say? View this? Yes, they do. But again, if someone could tell me, why do they not have... You've looked at my video where I sang a song. You saw all the beautiful light in here? They have projectors. It's never been, haven't switched it on since the beginning of COVID. And they didn't do it for Christmas Eve or New Year, and I don't know why. I'm up as high as I can go. And I was singing a song here one day, and oh no, I was, come over to Brindley Place, you would love it. It does need housing for masses, yes. I mean, you take me, I'm retired now. As you know, I pay £9.40 a month. To get a half decent flat now, one bedroom, it's £8.50 in London anyway. So £3 a day more, which is the price of a cup of coffee. I've got a beautiful rented apartment by the canals, but it's 88% of my pensions. I have to use my life savings to buy my food, pay my electricity, but that's my choice. I'm very lucky to be able to do that. I got out of the housing market and I've paid the penalty now, but as I said, it's my choice. I don't mind doing that. This is Sea Life Centre here. I'm at the canals, 3 minutes walk from Brindley Place. It's like Canary Wharf Canal. It's a rental apartment. It's a company that does native places. If you have a look online, they have only for rental. So fortunately they haven't put the rent up from £9.40. When it comes around, I have to pay 6 months in advance because I don't have enough income to rent a property. But as I said, you get a half decent one at £8.50. So it cost me £9.40 and I pay 6 months in advance. But coming around to the 6 months, I always worry. I think, oh no, they're going to put the rent up, but they don't. If they were individually owned, and landlord had a mortgage, obviously because of the current times, they would have to put the rent up, but they don't at the moment. And I've just paid my last 6 months, so I'm covered for another 6 months. Incredible, isn't it incredible? We're coming up to 2 hours. I can finish in a minute, go home and, wobble home. The Malt House. I've never been here. I wonder if we can just go in. It might be too dark. Let's have a look. What's that like? Isn't that charming? Go out. No, it's a bit too dark, isn't it? So let's go on wide. It's been pretty good today. I'm still getting used to. I've only used a gimbal probably 8 times maybe. Oh look, you can see the International Conference Centre over there. Yes, and let's have a little walk along the canals for you. You have to let me know if you want me to carry on doing live. And it would be around. It was always a pleasure to go around Birmingham. There's always something might happen. Like, is it the pub where the Malt House? Really? Is that Soft? Hello, Soft. Was it CR68, David Moore? The pub where Bill Clinton had a pint. Is that where he met one of his girlfriends? Oh, sorry, being naughty. I know, but aren't they fascinating? Now, I'm going to walk along the canals and we can end the video. I got to tell you guys, my right shoulder's killing me. Not my girdle, my right shoulder. It's killing me. Thank you, Lucy. Yes, it's a long time, 2 hours holding a gimbal when you're ancient like me. But it's great. Oh, look at this. You know, I went to Perios once. I was filming in there, and the manager wanted to throw me out. I'm getting thrown out everywhere. That's why I'm too frightened to go into restaurants now. 1998. So thank you. Yes. And the owner was in there, would you believe it? And he sort of had a word with the manager and asked me to film, because the manager was like, oh, you can't film in here, get out, in Perios here. And he was a charming man, the owner, and he said, you need to come back with you. He said, you can bring your whole family and have a meal here for nothing. I didn't. I was too embarrassed, to be honest. I just didn't want to, not used to being given things, and I was just too embarrassed. This is the other side where we just came from, you see.
Does the man get fully naked in yours?
No. No, you think you're so
It's really sort of trendy inside. It's quite nice, actually. Let me show you. I'm not sure what the food is like. JHM19, welcome everyone. If I've missed people, please forgive me. I'm new at live Hyatt Regency there, look. Perios. There are many things you can worry about. One of the things I would worry about is if we had some nasty incident live, but you can actually get around that. What you do is you, just because it's saved to my photo album on the iPhone, you can delete when I'm finished, which I don't have to at the moment. Nothing untoward has happened, the video, and then edit it and send it again. So you have to be careful. Isn't it charming? Yes, thank you, David. Yes, these pods, I think it's still open, this restaurant here. Forgive me, I can't remember the name. Have a look. It's wonderful, the International Conference Centre, Symphony Hall. I saw Cecilia Bartoli there. I saw Angela Gheorghiu. Sorry, their opera singers, very famous, and Angela Gheorghiu. And they got these pods there, 12 pods you can hire. I think it was just being renovated, to be honest. There's an archway full of thousands of flowers that when you went through there to get to the restaurant, and then the pods, which are very modern, they cost about £5,000 each, those pods. And as I said, you can get eight people in there, and you have a fixed price, but the price, say if it's £100, for example, it's then taken off your bill. So no, it's free if you eat and drink there. Isn't that wonderful? Sure, I thought it was quite a good video, this. I might subscribe. Oh no, it's my own channel, isn't it? Sorry, I'm being silly. I was going to subscribe when I finish. Let's go under the tunnel here, hopefully. Let's go under the tunnel and walk around. I tell you what I'll do, guys. Because this is, it's funny, it's addictive, isn't it? And even though my right shoulder's hanging off, this is Black Sabbath Bridge here, look, the famous group, and I remember them. See? You can freeze that, can't you, read it? Formerly known as Broad Street Bridge, renamed. Great group. I remember Black Sabbath. I liked Black Sabbath, the days of, 60s, 70s. And they had, doesn't it echo? Led Zeppelin. I would get my joint out. Oh, sorry, shouldn't be naughty. long hair down to my bottom, and I had this grey coat that used to touch my ankles. Yes, I was a hippie. Bargemen of old jumped across. Ah, thank you, David. Isn't this beautiful? And I had a navy tight trousers and a velvet waistcoat. And honestly, my hair went down to my bottom. Well, I can smell some food. It smells wonderful. This is quaint here. Tappan, is that Tappan's file? Yes. Isn't it quaint in there? Look at this. Sorry, I wish I could say view this, look. How quaint is that?
Okay, well, I'll leave the house.
Ah.
6. Half 6.
Oh no, I didn't see that Cliff Richard film. I'm too young. Sorry. No, I'm not. Isn't this lovely here? Perfect place to end the video, guys. Thank you so much, all of you. Well, maybe a little more. I'll go a little bit further for you. Wow, it's stunning, isn't it? Let's go up high, otherwise Lucy would tell me off. Here we are, look. It's a bit dark there, so you have a lot of noise in the video. Over there, beautiful restaurant. Canal side bar. It is a very special place to live. Oh yes, and I'm just going to go back. Then I moved, see, because I digress, as you know. Then I went to Lincoln, and then I moved to Cheltenham with my second wife, who was the concert pianist from Russia. It's good in low light, the iPhone 13.
Oh, mate.
Ah.
Are you on the live?
I am, yes. How are you?
I'm alright, how are you?
Good. Look at that. We got 20% battery left, guys, but we're okay. I didn't bring a battery pack. I know, we'll finish at the mailbox. You'll love that, guys. Yes, and then when my wife got rid of me, my second wife, what did I do then? Oh, I stayed in Cheltenham. Oh, and then I moved sort of halfway. I moved, as you know, to Spain, and then came back from Spain to Birmingham for 13 years. With Cheltenham, worked there, drove a bus for Stagecoach, would you believe? Bobby Brown nightclub. David, he knows everything. Thank you, David. Hello. You carry on, madam.
Oh, you want
Yes.
to okay.
Oh, I won't. You'll be fine. Just looking back. Look at that. And here I am in Birmingham, and that's it now. I'm not going anywhere else. Oh, Bobby Brown's nightclub. Gas Street, yes, that's right. It's a nice restaurant here, isn't there? Oh, it's closed, obviously. So let's go down to the mailbox for you. It's quite lit up here, isn't it? Rum, runner was the days, yes. Another area you talked about shopping and retail. They've turned the lower ground floor mailbox, haven't they, into a sort of offices and private venues. And I have made videos. It's devastating what's happened. You do have Harvey Nichols, of course, but you cannot film in there. I had a confrontation in there with security guard. I went in for my half bottle of monthly Prosecco, Harvey Nichols, because it's good. And he just went crazy, this security guard. You can't film in here. But the funny thing is, I switched everything off, got the Prosecco, came back, and he chased me out. And I had to say to him, what's your problem? You told me, I switched it off immediately. What's your problem? What's wrong with you? I said, you need to get some help. Yes, but it's devastating what's happened in... So you got Harvey Nichols, as you know, BBC Studios, restaurants, and then you go through from Harvey Nichols to the main shopping area, because the lower ground now is not a shopping area. You have the art studio, and so the main area from Harvey Nichols is devastating. Oh no, the BBC, of course not. Now, they had scaffolding here. It's gone for 2 years here. And it's gone now. I didn't realise the restaurant would still be open there. I'm really amazed. I can't believe that. Must be a private function. So yes, the mailbox. Let's show you. It must be a private function, or it's only seats about 16 people. It's wonderful. I've had cakes in there and coffee. You must go there. Koe? Is that how you pronounce it, guys? Oh no, it's open. I think it's private. Oh, it's closed. Look, Koe. Look, you can have... Hello. You can have here. Look, cake and drinks. Fabulous cakes in here. And good coffee, great staff. It only seats a few people. I won't disturb them. There's a little private function in there. But it must be wonderful for them now. It's been really difficult for them. Yes, it was there for about 2 years. You remember, it was so unsightly. Yes, desserts and coffee. Wonderful desserts. Go in there. Let's go from this side. We don't want to disturb them. Brunch, afternoon tea there. Afternoon teas, I think it's £25. You have to book in advance. And it's excellent. I've seen it. Afternoon tea, I think it's £25. Book it the day before. You would thoroughly enjoy... We can't get over there. I could have gone over the bridge for you. But there's a hotel. Now, coffee and cake in here, guys, is about £12. So I just warn you. I came when, you remember when, was it Richie said it was 50% off? But I tell you here, Noel's Bar, beautiful restaurant. It's £12 there for coffee and cake, so I wouldn't advise it. Over here you have restaurants. Obviously you have the mailbox. And let's go up here. These are flats. You can get a studio for about $750, I think, $700. They're small, but they are very nice inside. I'm going to take you over the bridge, because there's a famous restaurant on the top floor. I've been there once. So yes, this is wonderful. Another thing changed, all the scaffolding gone, first time in a couple of years. Now I wouldn't have thought so. Is it Pierre Cardin? They have a famous restaurant on... No? Cost you £5 though for half a beer, so half a pint of beer, so but it's worth it for the view. Lots of restaurants here. I've never done a video so long. 2 hours and 20 minutes, oh my goodness. I tend to walk a lot. I try to stay away from buses, because I don't know, I just prefer to walk, but back's not too good the last year. See down there, those naughty geese? They've been here for hundreds of years, so you can't stop them. You've got to be careful because they do attack you, apparently. I don't like getting too close to them. Yes, I know the lighting, it does, but it was just a spontaneous. I knew it wasn't good around here, but I just thought I'd come along and show you before we finish. Oh, I can smell steak being cooked. But it'll be better when we take it over here, look. See? Isn't that beautiful? We'll get round the other side for you. So half of the front on this left-hand side, you can buy a flat here. They're not allowed to rent. The other side, the right-hand side, because they have a concierge in there on the left-hand side. But on the right-hand side, you are allowed to rent a property. Because I walked in here one day, they said, you need to go to the other side if you want to rent a property. East side, you see residential private apartments. The Cube. Let's have a quick look in here. Yes, the cafe is beautiful, isn't it? Ah. So if you go to the top floor here, see, that's where you can have a drink. I don't think I'd be able to afford to have a meal there. I know. The old bones. I'm going to be in trouble tonight with my pains. I'm just going to take you along here. Sorry, I don't carry any cash on you. Sorry about that. Churchill never survived since the beginning of COVID, unfortunately. But everything else on the outside is still here. Do you want to have a look back on there? Isn't it beautiful? Oh, sorry, I just wanted to show you. This is my longest video ever. I often wonder how they can... Oh yes, here we are, look, Marco, sorry. Pierre White, 25th floor. You go up the hotel. I'd say it was £5 for half a beer a few years ago. It's probably about £6 or £7 now.
That's the cube, you can get the top.
Oh, we've still got the pods here. Yes, these are. Oh, they're probably going now, though. Yes, they're empty. They have them every Christmas. That's right, guess what? This one is open, though. Yes, this one. It's just not open now. Yes, great views of the city. Zizzy, Italian restaurant. I like the way they put this artificial grass here. Look, you can sit on there now instead of sitting on the concrete. Getting warm. Nice, isn't it? In the BBC studios. I stayed in one of these AC hotels in Spain. They are excellent, excellent hotels. Oh, 10% battery, guys. So we're nearly out. What's Tesco's Express doing now? Every man. They have an Indian restaurant in here. We have been through here before. But I think it's going to close soon. They got security there. We don't need to go there. Look, in there, through there, down the escalator. Oh, thank you, yes, Jim, yeah, JHM, sorry. Beautiful, lots of hotels. So that's the only restaurant on the end there, Churchill's. Nobody's ever, it's a couple of years now it's been closed. And they have a brasserie, whatever, and here we are. It's going to be the end of my video now, guys, look. Restaurant here. Whew, we did a long video. Beautiful views. Thank you very much, everyone, for joining. I really, really, really appreciate you coming into my video. It does mean a lot to me. Please like, share, subscribe, and take care, everyone, and I will see you all soon. God bless all of you. Bye-bye.